The following is not suitable for children under the age of 18. This show contains coarse language and sexual themes that may be deemed over the top, as well as my own personal views. Please note all characters of the show are fiction and are not targets of anyone or anything, but are made up for complete satire.
It's back, bigger and badder than ever. Hit the music.
Hello, my masters, and welcome to the Sky Genie Show, the absolute worst show ever. We're on episode 26 of the Sky Genie Show. So bend that queen over, because on this show is the United Kingdom tournament to crown a British champion. So get your tea and crumpets ready, although I wouldn't mind some crumpets, and sit back and enjoy the show. You know I hate the royal family. They don't do anything. And all the time, the only news coverage is when someone has a kid, someone gets married, or somebody dies. Princess Di's funeral, anyone? I wish Australia would have a referendum and vote the bitch out already. I mean, anytime you see her do a trip or anything, she never looks happy. She just sits there looking grumpy. Probably because nobody has wanted to touch her for 50 years. And as a kid like Charles, Prince Charles, who you know is like, Mummy, could I go scuttleputting around town, Mummy? Mummy, is it wise of me to put my crown jewels in the tea, Mummy? Why are you drinking that tea now, Mummy? Shut your mouth, you royal asshole. Fucking royals. You know, I was going to do a TNA review. You know what? That Bobby Lashley EC3 Last Man Standing match? Okay, I would have reviewed, and it was actually a pretty good match. Then I saw the Aaron Rex thing and Damien Sandow, and I just switched it off. I mean, it's bad enough with George Matthews on commentary. He sounds like a bloated asshole. But after that, I was done. So now that Dixie isn't around anymore, what's the excuse? If TNA wants to be credible, stop booking bullshit like that. This might have gotten over in the 80s, maybe in the 70s, but this is 2016. And you're putting a gimmick on a guy who, let's face it, is very talented and is a lot more capable. Yet this is what they do to him. People wonder why nobody wants to watch this shit. WWE is bad enough, but this is worse. Fuck TNA. And now let's move on to everyone's least favourite segment of the show. The thought of Vince McMahon naked. Horrible, isn't it? And now for everyone's favourite segment of the show. For those wondering about Genie Jr., and how the wedding plans and the baby plans are coming along. Well, like everything, it's early stages. It's only been a few days. But apparently, even though he got the llama pregnant and is marrying it, they've been fucking in public. In public places. And I am shocked and appalled. I mean, the places they were doing it in. They were doing it in the park, in the public toilets, at the beach, in a church, everywhere you could imagine. He is a special boy. We'll be back after the break with the wrestling news. If you're looking for a very professional show to listen to the Solomonster Sounds off. His show, smokes this one entirely, is a very informative show. Join Jason Solomon as he gives his thoughts on the current events of professional wrestling. Catch his show on Podbean, Stitcher or iTunes. Also check out Jason Solomon's YouTube page where he does extras for pay-per-view shows or interviews with wrestlers in the business. Jason has interviewed the likes of Diamond Dallas Page, Bob Hardcore Holly, the legendary Jim Ross, and even Booker T. Definitely a show worth checking out. For interesting discussion and debates on professional wrestling, check out Johnny Florida, Michael Corvin, and Old Man Jenkins on Wrestling's National Committee. They talk a wide range of topics on the world that is pro wrestling. Check them out on Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. For fans of the Sky Genie Show, please also make sure to check out Wrestling Soup. They drop at 9:30 on Thursday. Join hosts Anthony Missionary Thomas and Joey Numbers as they lightheartedly talk about the world that's happening in professional wrestling, as well as other current events. While over there, please make sure to check out the Saturday morning shitbox. Have your voice and question heard as Mish and Joey answer questions on their thoughts of professional wrestling or anything else going around in the world. That show drops on Saturday morning-ish. The weeks it doesn't air is because they're doing pay-per-view Sunday. Yes, whenever there's a WWE pay-per-view, Mish and Joey usually review it, sometimes with John Draper. They also have shows on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch the boys live, check them out on Mixlr. And we are back, and now for the wrestling news. Perry Saturn made a video pleading for people to help him on a GoFundMe page. Perry Saturn has been suffering brain damage, and the medical expenses are making him poor, and is worried about going homeless. If you'd like to donate to Perry Saturn, go to www.gofundme.com/Perry Saturn. Timothy Smith, otherwise known as Rex King, passed away due to kidney failure at the age of 55. He is best known as one half of the tag team Well Done in the 90s. And it's kind of sad that there's a whole tag team that passed away under the age of 60. So condolences to the family. Don West is returning to TNA to help move merchandise. Hopefully they rehire him and fire Josh Matthews. I'd rather Don West over Josh Matthews. Fucking tool. After the break will be the review of the British tournament. Are you looking for a good laugh? Then check out Getting the Corner. Getting Dark Corner. Dark Corner. Dark Corner. With hosts Yuck Nasty and Dogger Baby. Every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. Check them out on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Mixlr. For my masters who are wondering if there will be Sky Genie shows throughout the Christmas New Year period. So sorry. Not for the normal show, but check out the holiday edition of the Sky Genie Show. There you will find I review old wrestling shows from the past. I review them to today's standards. And to make it interesting, I won't even know what I'm reviewing until I do it. Of course I'll know before you, because I have to record the fucking thing, don't I? But it's filled with gags and more as well. So check out the holiday edition of the Sky Genie Show right here on my channel here on YouTube. For fans of the show, please also check out the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show. Don Tony and Kevin Castle show is a hard-hitting, with brutal honesty type show, as they give their views on the world of professional wrestling and WWE. They're also on Stitcher and iTunes. If you want to catch them live, listen to them on Mixlr. And we are back, and now for the British tournament reviews. And now for the review of the UK tournament. We open up with Triple H asking everybody, are they ready? We then go to Michael Cole, who introduces Nigel McGuinness. We then go to the first match. It's Trent Seven versus H.C. Dyer. After a really good match, Trent Seven wins. The next match was Danny Burch versus Jordan Devlin. It was an awesome match with a controversial finish, although it wasn't the fault of any wrestler really, as the back of Danny Burch's head was split open. Jordan Devlin wins. They go to shake hands after, but then Devlin kicks Burch in the head. We then have Saxon Huxley versus Sam Gradwell. This was an okay match, but nothing special. Sam Gradwell wins. We then had Pete Dunne, who looks like a UK Jack Swagger, versus Roy Johnson. This was an okay match, but also nothing special. We then had Wolfgang versus Tyson T-Bone. This was a great smash mouth match. It's not common you see matches like this, but it was definitely good. Wolfgang wins that match. We then had James Drake versus Joseph Connors. After a great match, Joseph Connors wins. We then had Mark Andrews versus Dan Maloney. After a good match, Mark Andrews wins. And then for the main event, Tucker versus Tyler Bate. And this was a great match, and Tyler Bate wins. After all the matches, they do a presentation for the next round. Pete Dunne takes out Sam Gradwell to end the show. Overall, it was a good start to the tournament. Day 2 is next. Some breaking news. Jimmy Superfly Snuka has passed away at 73, battling stomach cancer. There is mixed feelings about this, and to me it's the same as Chris Benoit. Jimmy Snuka had an amazing Hall of Fame career, yet the murder of his late girlfriend in 1983 taints all that. I remember with the whole Chris Benoit thing, I honestly felt like I had egg on my face because I was a fan of his, and he is someone who holds one of my favourite matches of all time. So my condolences go to his family. And now for day 2 of the UK tournament. First up was Pete Dunne versus Sam Gradwell. After a great match, Pete Dunne gets the win. We then had Mark Andrews versus Joseph Connors. In a really awesome match, Mark Andrews gets the win. We then got Wolfgang versus Trent Seven. And in a really surprise win, Wolfgang gets the win, because I thought it was Trent Seven going to win that match. We then had Jordan Devlin versus Tyler Bate, in a good match where Tyler Bate got the win. We then moved on to the semi-finals. Mark Andrews faced Pete Dunne. After an awesome match, Pete Dunne gets the win. We then have Wolfgang versus Tyler Bate, in a really great match with Tyler Bate getting the win. After the match, Pete Dunne ran down and attacked Bate. Neville came out and cut a promo. The tournament and the fans. Tommy N came out. And after a really good match, Neville gets the win. And then for the main event for the UK title, Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate. After a great main event, your winner and new champion, Tyler Bate. Overall, it was a really great show. I thought way better than day 1, but definitely something to watch. And that is the end of the review of day 2 of the UK tournament. And that will be it for this episode of the Sky Genie Show. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to donate to the show, go on to the homepage of my YouTube channel. There is a donation button. Your donation goes to improve the overall quality of the show. Check us out on our website, skygenie.weebly.com. On Facebook, I'm at the Sky Genie Show page. On Twitter, it's at SDD916. On Instagram, it's SkyGenie1988. Thank you for listening. The bird is getting raped on my windowsill, and see you next time.